Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. We're going to dive in, see what's going on for you guys for the week ahead, all right, my angels? So let's just dive straight in. I want to get you out an animal spirit as always. Let's see who wants to come out and guide. Geminis, you have the owl. So the owl is all about wisdom, right? So it could also be a spirit guide, someone who's here to guide you, to show you the way. But it can also really be that your intuition is popping off during this week, right? So pay attention to where you're feeling guided to go, but let's clarify that for you. The owl being here, 9 of Cups. That's a card of wish fulfillment. That is a card of your pleasures, feeling grateful for how far you've come already, all the things that you've already been able to do, and celebrating the new things coming your way. So what is the influence of the owl? The 5 of Cups. So it's wisdom. I feel a little bit here. The difference between the 5 of Cups, of course, is a card of disappointments, it's a card of dwelling, it's a card of looking at your failures and not at your successes. It's a card of just really hyperfixating on the bad and not enough on the good, and both sides of the story, right? Yes, things might be disappointing at the moment, or there might be some things that are upsetting you, but there also are some other things too. So let's try balance them if we're able to, and not become pessimistic. So the owl coming through, again, being about wisdom and truth, right? And being able to see clearly. It does look a bit like you're able to turn your mood around during this week if you have been feeling quite disappointed or low or negative, should I say. All right, let's see what else is going on. Orphaned energy. So you guys might be feeling a little bit alone. You could be feeling a bit like you don't really have a lot of good people around you, or you might not be feeling in your own, again, it is that kind of energy of feeling that disappointment in your life and feeling a bit stuck there. For Geminis, okay, man holding a heart is probably you diving deeper into your feelings and emotions. But of course, if the man holding a heart is not you, then that of course can be someone coming your way. So this week already is feeling a bit like you are having a pick-me-up. That feels a bit like maybe there is someone who's going to come in and bring you more love into your life and help you really realize and recognize that you are amazing. Gemini, I feel like you need that this week. The 9 of Cups in this deck is about a group of friends celebrating your successes, and this could just be who you are. So I do feel like you might be feeling a bit alone. Reach out to a community. Make friends with people if you don't have friends, but most importantly, like, reach out, tell people what's going on, because I feel a little bit like, Gemini, why are you so sad? Like, don't you realize how incredible you are? It's just this kind of energy that you're just focusing so much on what you're not doing right, and what this and what that, blah, 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 blah. And you're not focusing enough on all these great things that, again, you have been able to do, who you are. So it's just this energy of opening your heart up, giving yourself more love. And again, the 3rd chakra over here as well is about your willpower, knowing that you can do anything. It's about your determination and your confidence. And that's a chakra that's blocked right now. So maybe you guys are just feeling, again, not good enough, not worthy. Your self-confidence could really be damaged right now, based again on maybe feeling like you messed some things up, or that maybe there are not enough people around you. So what's wrong with me? You know, it's just, there's a lot of situations, of course, that this could apply to, you know, especially if those of you are single and, you know, you had some few, failed relationships. But it's just, I feel like if you're single, enjoy it. The 9 of Cups is just enjoy your own space. Learn to be happy in your own energy. There's a quote I used to say a lot where it's like, if you don't enjoy your own company, you're in bad company, right? If you're trying to escape being alone, then it might be that you need to sort out the fact that you might not be your own best friend, and you need to learn to do that. And now for others of you, of course, you could be in relationships already. Maybe you're just feeling a little bit low here in general. Again, opening your heart up and talking to others is so important this week, because not to look for external validation or anything, but I feel like sometimes we need it, because sometimes we just hyperfixate on the wrongs or the bad or the regrets or whatever it is that we just forget sometimes. And people can be really good at helping us become aware of things that we would never see about ourselves. So that's important. But working on your self-love is important this week. All right, my angels. So what else for you? Envy. So this says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And this can make a better sense with what we're saying, that you guys, I just get this energy of just feeling really down about yourself and feeling like, why don't I have what they have? And what makes them better than me? And it's just this kind of comparison that could come up with envy, what you're looking at. Maybe it's online. You're looking at other people's lives and you're like, why can't I have those things? Or what's wrong with me? It feels like a little bit like you are not projecting. I don't think that's the right word for what I'm trying to say. It's almost like you're taking everything personal to you. You're asking yourself, why am I not having this stuff? You know, it's almost like you see things, it's like, why don't I have that? There must be something wrong with me. I must be doing something wrong. You know, it's just this energy here that you're comparing. Okay, now you can spin this around this week, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. For Gemini, recovery. So there we go. You will be recovering, which is nice. And in this case, Spirit is giving you a key to open a new door. So it's very likely that there is an opportunity coming up for you guys during this week. Okay, but you must connect to Spirit, okay, to God, to whoever it is that you guys look to, because this is your third eye chakra. So it's about seeing beyond just the superficial world. It's about seeing beyond just about your successes, your money, whatever it is. It's really about looking back within and just really looking more than just art. Again, it kind of comes back to the owl here about more wisdom, more spiritual wisdom. Interesting. It's not just about knowledge, it's about deep wisdom. Okay. So connecting to faith is going to be important for you. But let's dive into your tarot. Let's see. What's the overall energy of the week for Gemini? The Emperor. So getting back in control. Love that. Getting back into the throne position. You're showing up as a 5 of Wands. So of course you guys are feeling a bit conflicted. Comparison. Your challenge is the wheel. So your challenge is understanding that things need to change and that they are changing. And that's great, actually, considering. I'm going to clarify what's going on here. And your advice is a 10 of Pentacles. So when that comes up as advice, again, it is a card about focusing on your long-term success. All right, focus on your dreams and your goals and doing things that bring you life, right? Make sure you're connecting to family, your friends and community. Like I said, loyal people. Yeah. Okay, so what am I seeing here? This week marks a new beginning for you to take your power back, Gemini. Okay, whatever has been making you feel less than. Remember, when we have 5s like this, there is a need for change. And the same with this, you guys are really spending so much time alone that I think that it's actually getting a little bit bad for you. So this is a good time again to connect with people. Okay, but not to compare yourself with anyone. You need to not do that. But it feels like you're reflecting on this comparison, reflecting on your mental conflict that's going on right now. Again, Ace of Pentacles says this is a really good time to start getting things in order, getting things into shape, planting seeds. And what does that mean? It means like doing things like habits, routines, whatever it is that are going to start building for you, right? They start running on their own eventually and they get easier. So it just is this energy of something that will nurture you back. Okay, nurturing something that will nurture you back. You're showing up as a hermit, so again, really up in your head. The hermit's not bad. Again, it is a card of wisdom, looking at something from a higher perspective. Really diving in more spiritually to your problems might actually help you see beyond them. And really, it may be see for some of you that your issues that you're having right now might not really be that bad. And I don't want to say that because I don't know who I'm talking to, but what I'm really seeing from Spirit is that, okay, they're showing me something about weights. Maybe it's the weight of it that feels heavier than the actual problem. It's like maybe understanding where this is affecting you, or what is this, like I said, like maybe seeing other people have success, or maybe some little conflicts lately have just been feeling heavier. They've been affecting you more. So I almost feel like they want you to understand where is that actually affecting you though? Where is it? Because it's some things are triggering you during this week, and it's important to see how. Again, that hermit says come out of the conflict, come out of these thoughts and just observe them, look at them. Ask them questions, because sometimes that's what I do and it works. I'm like, but where is this coming from though? Why do you feel that way? Go deeper than that. Well, why? And then it will give you answers. So really connect with your body in that way. Almost distance yourself from the issue and stop interrogating it. That's what I do. Your challenge is the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups, which is actually gorgeous. What you don't realize So it's a challenge is accepting change in your life. But what's happening is you're opening up to a new chapter of complete love, unconditional love, more peace in your life, maybe self-love, right? So it's just this beautiful, loving energy that's being opened up for you. But of course, doing the work is important too, right? Like we're saying, moving out of this orphaned energy. No longer distancing yourself and feeling bad that you don't have people around you, right? Feeling lonely and lost. Connecting with others and bringing more joy into your life is so important. Ten of Pentacles being your advice with the Four of Swords. Some of you could be healing things in the family. All right, focusing a lot more on your health and wellness is so important, because Ten of Pentacles is like long-term success, long-term stability. That is about having good health, right? And a good long life. It could again be about loyalty and commitments, right? So showing up for people. The Four of Swords this is the area that you're focusing on a bit more, which makes sense with the Emperor. This is the beginning of you building the empire. Your advice is kind of becoming comfortable with the fact that this can be a reality. Let's say you grew up with not a lot of money, right? Or not a lot of community, or not a lot of love. So it can feel very hard and very foreign to think of yourself in a situation where you could have that, right? It doesn't feel safe because it's not your normal. So the Four of Swords is almost like healing something related to abundance, healing something related to long-term success. If you feel like that scares you, or if I say that you can be so successful, you can have so much wealth in your future and so many people surrounding you, if that makes you feel a bit weird or like, oh yeah, right, then you have a wound inside that's not going to allow you to have it. That's the thing. Everyone can have it. It's just, if you don't believe it's possible, you'll never find a way, and you'll never accept it, even if the way shows up, right? So it's just this, and because it doesn't feel safe. So it does feel a little bit like subconscious healing going on here. I do again see healing in the family or healing in relationships with this card too, and just healing maybe money wounds as well. It just feels a little bit like getting more comfortable with success. The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so you guys, again, are working on your insecurities or where you feel like there's a lack. Some of you guys are definitely going to get an offer. Maybe that's a pay rise for some, or it does feel like you have to work for it though. So it's not just, it feels a little bit like, hey, I can help you out financially if you're struggling. You just might need to take on an extra job or something. You know, that's not like a whole job, or I mean like an extra project, or maybe you have to take on something extra, because the Eight of Pentacles says the work that you put into something is going to come back out, and it does suggest about hard work and a lot of it, but it's going to be good because you'll see growth. So this looks a little bit like an offer coming through. And if it's not, it could just be again about you being in control, you deciding that you're going to have a clean slate and you're going to work on your the lack, the orphaned energy, this, you know, deep feeling inside that things are not good enough, that you don't have a good life, whatever it is. Five of Pentacles is you, where you feel left out, you feel not connected to faith, you don't feel connected to God, to spirit, you don't feel that you got great people, whatever it is that you feel is lacking in your life and it is affecting you. You're working on that, and I love it so much. You're deciding you're going to take action, okay, because the Emperor is about action. Now, Five of Wands, let's see, why is a Five of Wands and a Hermit in Gemini's energy? The Death card. This is time for an ego death. Five of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune is interesting. It definitely is an ego death. I feel a little bit like you might love it when life feels good, but then really hate yourself when it's not, right? When you're not successful, you might really be understanding that you only love yourself conditionally. You only love things when things are going right. Normal, but dealing with your relationship with that is important, because the Death card and Wheel of Fortune again is showing up that this is an area that's shifting and changing for you through wisdom. I want to see why the Hermit is here. Interesting. Okay. You know what's interesting? Okay. I'm getting this message that things have been too messy lately. That could be ideas that you never ground, right? That could just be the things that you just start and never finish. I just get this energy with this comparison. Both of these are about trips, travel, forward movement. The Knight of Wands I love because it's usually about being ambitious and stuff, but it can be very reckless and ungrounded. Like I was saying, it can be very messy. Because Sagittarius energy is kind of like your energy too, Gemini, where you both kind of like have all these things going on in your head that you just have all these ideas and nothing ever really comes from it because you move on to the next so quickly. So I just feel a little bit like the Chariot coming through is about focus. It's about, okay, instead of just bouncing around everywhere, I'm going to have conviction and dedication and commitment to one thing and I'm going to go after it. It's almost like this energy of, yeah, I love that so much for you. I think you're getting more serious about your goals. There's something in you, like I feel a fire in my heart, in my belly. I just get this energy where it's just like, instead of just bouncing around and just, I feel like you've done things to try and improve this energy, the self-worth issue that you've got, whatever it is, not feeling confident in yourself. Like you've tried, but it didn't last long, right? It's like sporadic, like the Knight of Wands can be. It's just like, you just went and did something and then never did it again almost. It's just that kind of energy where it died out, when motivation died out. The Chariot doesn't give a crap about motivation. It's discipline, it's control, it's balance. When motivation shows up, that's great, right? I almost see like the Chariot gets a little bit of a boost, but it's not reliant on just motivation alone. It's commitment and dedication to that bigger picture. It is that understanding, I'm going to go after this dream and goal, and whatever comes my way, I'm going to find a way to have it. It's that conviction. So you are going from being maybe a bit of a messy person and understanding where that might be, you know, this conflict, these feelings, this kind of recklessness, or committing to things but not fully committing to things, you know, being a bit half-hearted with stuff, whatever it is about self-improvement, whatever it is for you, you're really learning about where things have been going wrong and you're dealing with things head on. So I love that energy for you. Okay, now the next thing I have is this Wheel of Fortune again, which again is about expansion. So I love this for you. And the Ace of Cups. Why is this a challenge? Seven of Swords. And I feel like in a way this is you focusing too much on, let me see what this is showing me. Like a really random like message for someone. It's kind of not really related to what we're saying, but it just feels a little bit like Six of Swords feels like some of you may have had to travel or do something to get to a specific place, but now you're feeling a bit guarded. Like this feels like maybe work, for example, like you had to, Six of Swords, I feel like you traveled to go somewhere. Three of Pentacles, to work or to build on something or to do whatever. And the Nine of Wands feels a little bit like maybe you're not enjoying it that much. I don't know what they mean by that. So the Seven of Swords coming through as well. Maybe you're focusing too much on the negatives, like I said, and maybe you're running away from community. Good community, right? This Queen of Swords. And some of you need to think about your friends. Like some of you, not all of you, because the Five of Wands coming through as well. Some of you are outgrowing people. You know, for example, people who can be quite immature. Like if you've been surrounding yourself with people like that, it naturally will impact you, right? Whoever you hang out with, you're more likely to kind of absorb their energy. So just pay attention to that. Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords. I'm going to say this is you just because I feel like you're really working on yourself this week. You are really catching yourself where you feel like running away from things that are good for you. This is self-sabotage. Sometimes Seven of Swords, like running away from what you know you need to do. Like I said, if you're not feeling like showing up for yourself, you might feel like tempted to make an excuse or go, actually, I'm not going to do it today. The Queen of Swords is like, no, I'm going to go into it, right? So catching yourself here is important. Having a friend who is an accountability or a partner who can be like an accountability person for you might help. With the Queen of Swords. But for a lot of you, I think some of you may feel disappointed at this time because you're noticing something that's not being very genuine. And again, it could be yourself, could be someone else around you. Either way, you're showing up as a Queen of Swords, so you are coming up with a lot more wisdom and clarity this week, just like the owl is saying here, where you're catching yourself doing certain things or other people doing certain things, and you are calling things out, you're addressing things head on. So I like that. So the wheel is interesting. Why is this coming up in challenge? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Why is this a challenge? the Nine of Wands. So again, this is you kind of coming out of survival mode or fear mode, or again, not feeling very good about yourself mode. And this is you entering this energy of love and growing whatever you've got. And the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of... By the way, some of you, if you're single and you've had really bad luck in love and you've attracted in people who have, you know, lied, cheated, stealing, whatever it is, like sneaky people, ghosting people, Queen of Swords, that you're calling it out, you are capable of seeing the red flag. So let's start calling them out and start moving ourselves, detaching ourselves. Because the Queen of Swords, she has a no BS. She's got a strong BS detector, and she has a very strong policy of no crap here. We're going to be honest. We're going to be truthful, even if it's difficult. And if you can't do that, and if you want to be a sneaky person, you want to lie and all this stuff, then you can get gone. So I feel like this is a really good time to kind of just get rid of any of this energy in your life, from people, from yourself, from others. I just feel like that's important for you. Why is the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Swords the advice for Gemini? Justice and Temperance. This is all about bringing balance and harmony here. Some of you will be celebrating like a contract. What is this contract? It's something to do with money. I mean, some of you, this could be an inheritance for some, but the Three of Swords, again, could be more, this is a soul lesson for you guys to heal from. Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? Maybe you're healing, you know, when situations felt unjust, where you've been wronged in life for sure. This is something that you're healing from. Instead of feeling stuck in that energy, orphaned energy, I've been betrayed, I've trusted people who have hurt me or been using me or whatever it is, you're letting that go, you're healing from this, and this is actually really directly helping you in terms of your future. The Fool card says that it's a brand new, fresh start. Yeah. I think some of you need to block some people. If you're cutting anyone out here, you need to block them for sure, because what you're dealing with, for some of you, you might be dealing with someone or have dealt with someone who's a bit of like a gaslighter or has such a strong ego, they're unable to see why they could ever do anything wrong, right? It's just this energy where you might decide that you want to separate from someone. It doesn't feel like a partner. It feels more like a friend or someone, because what I'm seeing here is like when you decide that you're going to walk away from things that just don't serve you, including people who might be, I almost see like this is your home or this is what you've built, and other people might be getting, I don't know, like people, I feel like people have just decided that they're going to just take advantage of that and just stay in your home, not pay the bill kind of thing. Like when you just kind of leave it behind and when you walk away from that energy, people are going to come in accusing you, saying, hey, like, what are you doing? How selfish can you be? When it's like they're projecting, they're the ones being selfish or whatever it is. And the Four of Cups is almost like you need to kind of block out that energy. That's all that I'm seeing there. I don't know what exactly that might be for you, but I just feel like you need to block out that energy and walk away from things that just don't serve you anymore. And don't allow them to come and tell you that you are the problem here. Like whatever that is. Whatever that is. Because some of you have been gaslit in your life where people kind of are, I don't know, it just feels a little bit, I think I'm just going to repeat myself if I keep going, but it just feels a bit like people want you where they want you, right? And it's when you try to do things for yourself, or I don't know, it just feels a little bit like people don't like that. And I think this is a time where you're deciding that, again, like you want to take control of your life, and it's important this week that you visualize what you want for yourself, right? Write it down, build a Pinterest board. I don't know what you need to do, but just fill it up with images or words or quotes, whatever it is that, you know, sits with you, that makes you feel good about your future, and to really start to open yourself up to that being your, you know, a possibility for you in your future. And if anyone, you know, falls away from that, allow them. If you outgrow people during this process, allow it to happen, because I just feel like people are benefiting off of something here, and it just feels a little bit like they don't want you to, I don't know. I hope you guys get what I'm like throwing out there here. Do I want to dive into that even more? So all of this again is a part of your recovery, you getting out of a slump, basically. The Hangman could be a Pisces, unapologetic. Sorry, I didn't show you the cards coming out here. Okay, anyway, that's why I'm going to leave it at for my gorgeous Geminis, because we're already going quite long into this. So if you enjoyed, let me know. If you've watched till the end, send me a little frog emoji in the comment section to let me know. It's my lucky frog there that I have with me for my readings. But I wish you guys all the best. Have an amazing week ahead. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed today's reading, if it makes sense for you. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you've not already. But aside from all that, I will see you guys next time.